and welcome to the Lenovo Work Reborn podcast, where we explore how technology, AI, and cybersecurity are reshaping the way we work. This segment of our tour, we are back at it again, live in London, interviewing top IT leaders. Each episode, we're going to bring you insights from real leaders and industry experts on how organizations can navigate today's challenges and unlock tomorrow's opportunities. From making sense of complex data, to simplifying IT environments, to delivering real business outcomes, Lenovo is helping businesses of every size reimagine what's possible. Join us as we dive into the future of work. Work Reborn. Let's go. Hello, welcome to the Work Reborn podcast. We are here live in London, and I'm here with my new friend Tully. Tully, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you today. Would you mind telling our viewers just a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Tulvinder Shokar. Please call me Tully.
Yes, I was given permission to call him Tully. It's okay.
Yeah. Only my mum calls me Tulvinder.
Aw.
That's how it's like. I'm head of security architecture at Royal Sun Alliance Insurance, who are based here in London, in the city. And I've been with them for nearly 7 years.
Wow. That's fascinating. So it seems like you know a thing or two about maybe IT or cybersecurity,
Little
right?
bit.
A little bit. We've actually recently interviewed over 600 senior IT leaders about cybersecurity, AI, technology, and so much more. And we've learned so many things from the findings. And one of the things that we learned is that, AI is a really big challenge, concern topic right now. Nearly half of our respondents said that they're using AI extensively in endpoint security, but adoption was a little lower in areas like data protection and vulnerability analysis. So why do you think some areas are a bit further ahead than others?
I think because AI is fun. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. And in those areas you kind of just kind of covered there. When I look at that adoption and I look at that rate, it's easily accessible. Yeah, so you can go to Copilot, you can go to ChatGPT, and you can, you pretty much have access to it straight away. With data protection and those tools, it's not easily accessible. Yeah, the features aren't there. The compatibility is also, as a product, they're not advancing as much. DLP, we like many other organizations, we're utilizing, or let's say piloting Copilot, but with data protection, it's always you're always playing a catch-up game. Yeah, so whatever you put in today, you're still constantly having to see how AI is evolving. And so I think that's why the uptake is slower when it comes to DLP, but you still have to keep that governance there. Any programs, projects myself and my team get involved in, data protection is top of the tree. But when we come across AI, we always find that synergy, that compatibility, that is always a bit difficult, to get it 100% right, because you're never fully embedded. The technology itself around AI is, they're going down a different path. So they might be, using the LLM models. If you haven't got the integration into that, how we're supposed to, totally have protection around that. So that's kind of like the form around projects itself. And I think DLP and data protection, I've seen some really good stuff here.
What have you seen that's been like of real interest to you?
I think like most organizations, we're into big data, and we have classifications, we have data protection just like anybody else, but actually discovering that data and understanding what that data is and how we can embed that protection while the data is actually within those data lakes. There are some organizations here, actually vendors here, that are pushing down that route. And the interesting thing is I see more partnerships as well.
Right.
So one of them specifically has a partnership with somebody we utilize.
We have partnerships as well too. We're really focused on
Yeah,
that.
and I think that's really helps, is when you're with one vendor, like everybody else, we have challenges bringing in new solutions and bringing, especially from a cyber perspective, it's optimization and, how can you consolidate? So knowing that a partner's working with somebody else and coming along within that really helps us. Yeah.
So you say it'd be like a benefit to work with a third party or a vendor that is choosing to partner with a provider you already have versus like, here's another shiny gadget.
Because you might find is that, they the R&D is like, they're looking at that product and they're saying, do we need to invest X, Y, Z for more research and more new features? Where actually another partner's doing it, and they can just, if they integrate with them or work with them, they can come to us and say, well, we're working together. So it doesn't feel like you're dealing with two separate vendors. You're dealing with one entity. So that's really good, and I like that. It helps my story easier as well when I'm in those projects, programs, and when I'm actually as part of that cyber strategy, saying, this is a good area to route to go down.
Like it helps you to pitch to your leadership
Yes.
that this is a solution that we should explore.
Yes, that's really, really helpful. And, I probably in the last couple of years, I've seen that more of a challenge, and especially with AI, because the controls are always playing catch up, the guardrails are playing catch up. And again, there's been some really good, vendors that are actually here who are showcasing some, I was like, great, I need to speak to you, get in contact after the event. Yeah.
Yes. Let's like kind of, move forward bird's eye view
Yes.
and think about, we've been talking about AI, it's the buzzword of the century right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, of course.
But overall in the workplace environment, what do you think the future of work will look like between how we work together and the tools that we're using, like just like as a rebirth of work
So,
reborn? What
I
does
like
it
to
look
be
like?
positive, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
And
let's do that.
I
I like
do,
to be
and
positive.
I'm an optimistic rather than a pessimistic. So the way I see it is because I use AI every day, yeah. We've now, if you think about it, we've probably all got ChatGPT on our phones, a Copilot. I'm always asking it questions. It's kind of replaced Google. And when I look at the office environment and how we're utilizing it, you know, I, it it's definitely helping with those mundane tasks, yeah, and that's really good. And I think as part of that, it then starts to lift into, okay, if it's helping with the mundane tasks, how can it help in outcomes, yeah, in projects, programs, or processes? And I think even one of the first keynotes we had here on Monday, it was, we were talking about third-party reviews, yeah, and the constant battle to keep up with that. And rather than sitting here going, what's the next great cyber tool? Why don't we just do something with that process, yeah, and make that easier? And there's a great use case around actually using AI, yeah, as
Really?
actually to help with formalizing and making those analysis of third parties quicker, so that we can just get onto the real work, which is getting them onboarded and getting the outputs from that project program who are paying to deliver it. So I think that's kind of like where I see it going. So the positive side is actually lifting it up from the mundane, because we're experimenting now, yeah, and actually bringing it into the business. As a business ourselves, we do use Gen AI
Right.
in the let's just call it the front office, the big projects programs that help the business move forward. The back office is probably where we're still experimenting, but I think the back office can definitely help, yeah. So that kind of adoption curve of play, but actually what else you can do that can help you in your day-to-day processes, I think there's really good stuff that can happen. And I only say that because I'm doing it on a daily basis,
Right.
yeah.
There's so much potential, right?
Yes, and I'm less of a scaremonger about, oh my gosh, jobs and that. I'm probably more about understand it, adopt it. Agentic AI is another one. Yeah, I say AI, but we're looking at that as well. Yeah, how do
Right.
we look at that? How can we utilize that? Poking the vendors and going, don't just talk about it. Get me into a lab so I can play with it with you, and we can
Yes.
spend time with it, so that we can see how we can move forward on that. And I think that's the route forward. Yeah. So I think AI is definitely not going away, but I think it can become part of your day-to-day work. And as we talked about the millennials and that, I've got teenage kids, and they're very, very into IT, but not cybersecurity at all.
Right.
But they, for them, when they go into the job market in a few years' time, they'll need to know that. Yeah, they'll need to
Yeah.
be very comfortable with it, and they will be, because they're dealing with it today.
It's going to replace the keyboarding classes that I had to take in high school, maybe.
I-
Remember the typing classes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit older than that. I remember.
The type. You can
I remember going into doing Word back in the day,
Yeah,
college,
yeah.
So yeah, and I think that will just really be, that's where I kind of see it, is AI is going to be that skill, and it was talked about even the keynote talk today.
Yeah.
AI itself needs to be a skill, so you go in and you actually go, rather than waiting and getting trained on it, you're going to a job and you'll be able to say, yeah, I can do this, and oh, I've got Copilot, yeah.
Yeah.
But rather than shadow IT, where you're in the background doing it yourself, I think that's where the company needs to adopt it, bring it in, so that it's within those
To
guardrails. It's
formalize
within the
it.
compliance
Yeah.
and policies that this is how the business runs it. Yeah. And I think you have to do that. Otherwise you will get shadow IT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to join the dark side, right?
No,
Just
no.
kidding.
Definitely not from a cybersecurity
Yeah,
perspective. Yeah.
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 Well, it's been a real pleasure chatting with you today.
No,
Thank you
thank you so
for,
much.
totally willingly coming here to be here to sit and chat with me. If anyone is interested in learning more about the findings of our research report, check out the Lenovo Work Reborn research report by scanning the QR code somewhere on the screen over here. And if you're listening to the podcast, not watching, take a look at the show notes below, and the link will direct you to where to download it. And that's a wrap for today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Lenovo Work Reborn podcast. To learn more about how Lenovo is helping organizations transform with AI, cybersecurity, and smarter IT solutions, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next conversation. And also, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure to leave a comment with any other questions that you would like us to discuss on our next episodes. See you next time.
Lenovo.